Back home, my friends and I'll joke that the adventure doesn't start until something goes wrong.
What's adventure to you?
It starts when something goes not as planned.
But what we really mean by that is that you can't plan for everything, and when you deviate from your plan and you adapt the plan and you take whatever's next in stride and move on and work together as a group, that's a big defining point of adventure for me.
Wonderful, boys. Wonderful.
For me, adventure is about unknowns. It's all about unknowns. So you can have an adventure in your backyard if you go somewhere and approach it a little bit differently. But when an opportunity like this comes up, like coming to Bhutan, I've never been here before. I've no real idea what it was going to be like compared to, I've been to India, I've been to Nepal, neighboring countries, even China. And so I've got like a little bit of idea, but the opportunity comes up and we need to just come here and see and experience stuff and see how mountain biking is here, see how, if that can build, if there's a scene here, all these things all come together on a trip like this. So exploring all these unknowns, and that's what makes me tick in adventure.
Adventure to me, and I'm sure it's been said before, is coming across a trail or a feature, a river, a hike-a-bike, something that you come across that you're just not quite sure how it's going to turn out. You know, you know yourself physically, you can get through it, but you're just not quite sure when, how, and how low you might go before you get there.
Do we need radios here?
Well, where are we go? We're just going to go behind this little bluff, huh?
See where it goes. We don't really know. We've been kicked off that other trail. Try and see if this one goes all the way to the valley floor. What can go wrong? Lovely. Good stuff. Almost ready to go. As a photographer, there's just so many unknowns. It sort of fits in really well with the adventure thing, because we don't know what trails we're going to be on before we come here. We don't know what the trail's going to be like as we roll into a trail. I don't know what's going to come up opportunity-wise to photograph. I don't know what scenery is going to be in the background. I don't know if it's going to be that rideable. I don't know if I'm going to be able to ride it behind the riders that I'm shooting. So there's all these unknowns, and that just for me adds so much excitement and adds to this whole idea of adventure. So, but it also presents challenges, and that's a key part of adventure as well, you know.
Yeah, any big trip, you know, we hit the ground running, and you kind of go non-stop for 2 weeks straight, and it's a challenge, and it is work. And every member of the group, you know, when one of us is down, someone else is on, you know, riding their high, and you're going to pull that person up, and vice versa. And you just have to trust each other to make that happen. And that's what makes a good team to travel with, is that you can do that to each other.
The question why, I always have to ask myself, why are we opening a new destination? And I've been wrestling that as we've been going along here, and the reasons within that is that it is a big mountain environment, but the trails are of such a high quality. You could find them as a local hand-built sort of trail network like Finale, British Columbia, you know, some Scotland trail centres. They're that good. And that's the kind of juxtaposition for me, where you think, you know, people are coming to Bhutan for the culture and the adventure, but the trails are very much of that high quality and shuttled. You know, because we're working here between 2,000 and 4,200 meters, the altitude plays a big part. So we're actually shuttling quite a lot, with maybe a few hundred meters of ascent each day. But don't let that fool you. You know, you're working in 15-kilometer descents at a time that are quite technical and challenging. So by the end of 10 days here, you know, we're still wanting to ride our bikes, but we're also quite glad and feel fulfilled that we've seen the country. And all I have to do now is try and pull that together and create that into a product, an experience that people are going to get the culture, they're going to get the food, they're going to get the big mountain feeling, they're going to enjoy the trails, and they're going to meet some fabulous people along the way.
You know, coming to Bhutan, for me, it just feels like such a privilege, because you know, while riding a bike is a passion of mine, it's not how I make a living, it's not how I pay the rent. So getting the opportunities I've had to go on these trips, these wild places, and jump in with both feet and just experience them for all they are, it's so special. And I get to come back and share so many amazing stories with the people around me, and that's why I love to do it.
I just feel like we've scratched the surface, and there's so much more photo-wise that could be told. There's so many stories here that nobody's really getting to see, and bringing that to light, that's the job of a photographer. It's brilliant job.
He's the best looking.
Look here.
You're the second best. Sorry. It's just honestly. Nice to meet you.
Okay, thank you.
Beautiful place.